Yeah, you are welcome to Corrosive Online Tutorials, where complex problems are made easy. In today's video, we want to solve problems on indices. Okay? We want to look at problem solving. In my last video, I have discussed the laws of indices. Now, let's see how we can apply the law to solve different problems. Now, let's look at the first question now. The first question there, you have 81 raised to the power of 3 over 4 minus 27 raised to the power of 1 over 3 divide by 3 times 2 raised to the power of 3. Without any prophecy, you should know that this is indices because you can see that the base is raised to power. Now, to solve problem on indices, what you do is to try as much as you can to convert every number to index form. This 81, you try to express 81 in index form. Also 27, you will try to express 27 in index form. Now, how do we express 81 in index form? You can see that the 81 is raised to the power of 3 over 4. Now, look at the denominator of the fraction. It's 4. So you will look for a number that you must raise to the power of 4 to get 81. And that number, we can say, is 3. Because 3 raised to the power of 4 will give us 81. So I have broken it down into indices. So I still have 3 over 4. Then this minus, you put it there. Then what number must you raise this 3? This denominator. What number must you raise 3 to get 27? And that number is 3. 3 raised to power 3, you get 27. So put your bracket, 1 over 3 outside, 1 over 3 over, this one is already in the simpler form. So you can say 3 times 3 raised to power 2 is 8. Okay. Now the next line is that you open the bracket. So this 4, we cancel this 4. Okay, what you have left is 3 raised to power 3. So you have 3 raised to power 3 minus this 3, we cancel this 3. So what you have is 3 raised to power 1 over 3 times 8 is 24. So have to be 24. Now 3 raised to power 3 is 27 minus 3 raised to power 1 is 3. So put it there over 24. So 24 minus 3. 27 minus 3 will give you 24 over 24. And 24 over 24 is what? 1. So our answer is 1. I hope you understand what we did. Now look at the second question. Look at the second question. Look at the second question. Now the second question we have is saying that 4 brackets open and close, you have 2 raised to power n plus 1 bracket close minus 2 raised to power of what? N plus 2, okay, all over 2 raised to the power of n plus 1 minus 2 raised to the power of n. Now, what do we do? This one, you try to expand it. For example, you know when I said, if I say 2 raised to the power n times 2 raised to the power 1, according to the law of indices, I can take the base and add the power. So you have 2 raised to the power n plus 1. You see, this one. So you can go back to where you are coming from. Go back to expand. So when you expand, you cannot solve from there. So let's go back. So if you go back there, we have 4 brackets. You have 2 raised to the power n times 2 raised to the power 1. You close the bracket. Minus that minus 2 raised to the power n times 2 raised to the power 2. You have expand. All over the same way you apply this one. 2 raised to the power n plus 1 is written as 2 raised to the power n times 2 raised to the power 1 according to the law of indices. Okay, so here you're going to have 2 raised to the power n times 2 raised to the power 1, then this minus 2 raised to the power what? N. Okay, now what do we do next now? Now the next thing we are going to do, okay, 2 raised to the power 2 is 4. So let's go 4 brackets 2 raised to the power n times 2 raised to the power 1, okay, minus 4 brackets 2 raised to the power n. 2 raised to the power 2 is 4, that's the 4. Then 2 raised to the power n, what you can see, over 2 raised to the power n times 2 raised to the power 1 minus 2 raised to the power what? N. Okay, now the next thing we have to do here, you can see that 4 times 2n, 4 times 2n is common. So you factorize. In both terms, you have 4 times 2 raised to the power n and 4 times 2 raised to the power n. So you factorize by taking what is common. What is common is 4 times 2 raised to the power n. So we say 4 brackets 2, 4 brackets 2 raised to the power n, okay, bracket 2 minus 1. So such that when you open the bracket, you get that back over 2 raised to the power n bracket 2 raised to the power 1 minus 1. Okay, you can see. So, and the next thing you are going to have there is 4 brackets 2 raised to the power n. This will give you 1, so no need. Over this 2 minus 1 is 1, so no need. You have 2 raised to the power what? N. And 2 raised to the power n will cancel 2 raised to the power n. So our answer is what? 4. I hope that is understood. Now, if you look at the number 3 question, see the way I'm applying the laws. These are difficult questions. So what makes you to become a good student is you continue to practice. Because practice makes perfect. You continue to practice. Now look at number 3 questions. It's saying 3 raised to the power of 3x minus 8 minus 1 over 3 x minus 2 equals to 0. Now, I have a problem here. I want to remove this fraction. This fraction is giving me headache in this. So, to remove the fraction, you bring the minus sign. You know, one of the laws of indices, I said, if you have x raised to the power minus a, to remove the minus, you can bring it 1 over x raised to the power a. Now, in this case, now I will introduce the minus to make the equation look like this, not like a fraction. To remove this 1 over. To remove the 1 over, I will bring the minus back according to the law of indices. So let's do that now. So you now have 3 raised to the power what? 3x minus 8 minus 3. Now bring the minus bracket x minus 2 equals to what? 0. Now I have bring back the minus. So the fraction has gone. So what happened now? Transfer this to the other side. This minus will change to plus. So you have 3 raised to the power 3x minus 8 is equal to 3, okay, raised to the power minus bracket x minus 2. Okay, now this same base, so the base will cancel the base. What you have left with is the power. So 3x minus 8 is equals to x bracket x minus 2. Open the bracket, you have 3x minus 8 is equals to minus x, minus times minus is plus 2. Collect like terms. This minus s will come to this side. When you cross the equality sign, it will change to plus. This minus 8 will move to the other side. When you cross the equality sign, it will change to plus. So here will now be 3x plus x, and this side will now be 8 plus 2. And 8 plus 2 is 10. And 3x plus x is 4x. So you divide by the coefficient of x, which is 4. So 4 divided by 4, and x equals to 5 over 2, because 2 here, 5, 2 here, 2. So our answer is 5 over 2. Now let's take the last one for the day. Now, so I encourage you to do more questions, practice more. If you have any difficulty, you can inbox me and send the questions to me. I'll be glad to solve it for you. Okay? Because it is continuous solving that will make you perfect. Okay? Now look at the last question. You have 8 raised to power 2x minus 1 is equals to 1 over 5. Now, I want to remove this. Like I told you, I want to remove this 1 over. I want to remove it. To remove it, first of all, you express this 512 in indices. Express 512 in indices. And since you are seeing 8 here, you can express, and how do you express that? Now, 512 is something as 8 times 8 times 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 64 times 8 will give you 512. So I can say 512 is something I'm saying 8 raised to power what? 3. I hope that is understood. So let's proceed. So express your 512 in indices. So you have 8 raised to power x minus 1 is equals to 1 over 8 raised to power what? 3. Now remove this reciprocal by bringing the minus according to the law of indices. So you have 8 2x minus 1 is equals to what? 8 minus 3x. So the base, 8, they are the same. So the base cancel base. What you are left with is power. So you have 2x minus 1, break it down, is equals to minus 3. Now collect like terms. Okay, this minus will move to the other side. So you have with 2x, and the minus will change to plus. So you have minus 3 plus 1. And minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. So here will be 2x is equals to minus 2. So divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 2. So 2 divided by 2, and x is equals to what? Minus 1. Okay? So I encourage you to look for more questions to solve. Practice. If you have any difficulties, inbox me, and I will see how I can help you to solve the questions. Until my next video, bye for now. Thank you.